Okay, we're gonna try this live. I am looking for Melody, and I'm not seeing where to add you. Let's see, why is this? Oh, there she is. Good. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you.
All right.
I can hear you even.
Good.
Sweet. Sweet. How are you? It looks like I've got somebody pulling up to this store, so I might leave you talking to the crowd. We're going to record this Melody, and
Okay.
my it's saying that it's not going over on Facebook right now. So I have it up on Instagram and I have it up on YouTube, but once we record it, I'll put it on Facebook later.
Cool.
I don't know why. It just says I've lost my connection over on Facebook. So I don't know how to fix it.
It's on Facebook. It's streaming a countdown timer.
Oh, so maybe it will come over. Awesome.
Well, it keeps starting over at 30.
Oh, let me get rid of that. Okay. Did that change anything?
At the moment, no, it's still showing on my Facebook feed.
And I bet it's just some lag time. So maybe it'll come through.
Yeah, I reset the page and now it's like gone. I don't know where it is.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that's close.
Random. Yeah.
There we go. That's close. That's close. If Jen pops in, well, gosh, it's holiday weekend. I am going to go ahead and let you just kind of do a little talking here, and I'm going to go wait on these people that just came in.
All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving week. I'll talk to you again here soon in a little bit.
I'll do that. You got the stage.
All right. Well, today we were thinking about talking about some toxins and testing and making sure we're detoxing ourselves because, it's kind of bad out there. There's a lot of disease and suffering going around. I'm watching a lot of people suffer from these things and it's tough, So let's try some primary prevention. I mean, lots of you may have cancer or know people that are dealing with that, autoimmune disease, thyroid, hormone imbalances. Let's work on those things. Let's get some testing done if it's appropriate. But, I find that I don't use as much testing as I do just using some basic treatments and some detox and supporting the mitochondria. And I don't know if any of you have heard about mitochondria. Big word. Who knows what this means, back to high school biology. But these are the powerhouses of your cell, and they do a lot more than make your energy. They're part of your immune system. They control a lot of things. It's where your hormones are coming from. When you're, postmenopausal, there's only a few places that can make it. So these are some really important micro organs that are in every single one of your cell. Your heart has way more per cell. Your brain has way more per cell. And other parts and organs have varying amounts. But these are your anti-aging secret, for real. it's not a quick fix. It's not an imaginary boost, but there's all these nutrients, there's things that can help. There's toxins that get stuck in these biochemical cycles that your body runs all day long. And we want good energy. So one of the things that's really interesting about these is, excuse me, still getting over a cold. My mitochondria are getting some support, but just take some time. But it's interesting in the chemistry of your body and how it works. You can make lots of energy from your food or just a little bit of energy with your food. And the reason you might not make as much is if your body isn't using oxygen appropriately and burning that food into usable energy. And it's a 10-step process that it goes through, and that's more than we want to get into right now. Biochemistry, not so much a fun topic, but if you can get proper oxygenation and proper nutrients to support that cycle going round in a normal way and pulling out the things that gum up the machinery, it's a machine inside. I don't know much about cars and engines, but if you put the wrong kind of fuel in, I've seen what happens when, let's see, I think it was gasoline got put in a diesel engine in a truck. Yeah, I made a nighttime trick out in the cold somewhere on the back highways around Sydney to go pick up somebody whose truck died from that. And so, yeah, we don't want to gum up our engines with the wrong kind of fuel. We want to make sure there's the right blend of oxygen in there, because it's our engines are powered by a slow burning oxygen. In fact, it reminds me, the reason why we have these, back in my early chemistry classes, and hopefully I'm not going to bore you, but our teacher did this really cool experiment where we had some oxygen in the bottom of a test tube from burning some mineral stuff that left off oxygen. So it's just in the bottom of this test tube. And he put a gummy bear right into this test tube with the oxygen. And that thing burst into flames, burned down to nothing but ash. I mean, it's just almost pure sugar. And it was kind of amazing. And that's one of those things that goes, oh, this is why our body has this process, this 10-step slow process to take oxygen and food and turn it into energy, as opposed to just burning it right up, because we don't want to burn straight up. So let's support these things. And some of the ways we can do that, detox, pulling out some of the heavy metals and the radiation and the chemicals that accumulate in our body, in the fat cells, not so fun, and just everywhere. So this can be really helpful. And one of my newer personal favorites is NAD+, which is one of the cogs in this engine wheel that helps with the creation of energy. And when you take this, boy, it helps with mental function, with energy, with quality of sleep. It just makes a huge difference. And, as far as detox goes, that does too. I've run myself through some good detox. I have run many patients through these detox things, and I've seen people recover from chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. Then there's a lot more factors to it, but taking care and supporting these basic structures and these basic processes by doing things is really pretty awesome. So now I'm adding in the peptides. The NAD+ is amazing. And for some of you, doing weight loss, the GLP-1s, they're working really well. I've got patients on weight loss doses, and I've got patients on microdoses, and that microdose is making a difference in pain levels, in energy levels. And, the once a week shot, it doesn't hurt. When you do that and just get that in there, it's a tiny little needle. And so, it's not as scary as it sounds. And now, for even that, you can get it in an oral form, so you don't have to even do that. But that said, hopefully we're all planning on doing some good things for ourselves this sugar consumption season, is eating lots of things. And yeah, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on that too. If you want to leave comments, we'll check those and see if you've got some comments or questions. But yeah, let's work towards adding things. Let's do one healthy change at a time. You don't have to overhaul your entire routine and start getting up at 6 and doing exercise every morning and eating tasteless fiber supplements. And health includes mental health. And so let's count on that. Maybe if you're going to have some of your favorite stuffing or something, maybe have a few bites. Nowadays they make gluten-free stuffing bread, so that's possible. And all these other, Thanksgiving favorites, they can all be made super healthier and good for you. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of good recipes out there to make it paleo, to make it fresh. So yeah, it takes a little bit more effort. But yeah, like I personally, I can't stand green bean casserole. I don't know about you all, but those canned cream soups, I just can't do it. Canned green beans, canned green soup, and those little fried onion things. Nope, I'll pass on that all day long. However, I tried some fresh paleo green bean casserole, excuse me, that a friend of mine made with real green beans and homemade cream of mushroom soup. And I could eat that all day long. That was really good. So your quality actually improves a lot when you're doing this yourself. And time's kind of an issue. I get that. I've got 4 kids to run around after and business. So do just 1 or 2 things. But it's doable. You can do it, making healthy Thanksgiving food yourself. And hi, hey,
I'm not really back, but I let Jen in. Jen, hello, I let you in.
I've just been giving a monologue on.
Oh, good. Keep it up. I'll be back.
All right, we'll see ya. Jen, I'm here. You can jump in anytime. I'm just giving my theories on all kinds of stuff. But yeah. So I don't know. My favorite recipes for lots of things I find on Pinterest, but one of my favorite hacks, actually, I hate menu planning personally, searching through cookbooks for hours and then making the shopping list, not to mention doing all the cooking and keeping everything handy. And I use emails. It's the best. And I'm not sponsored or paid or whatever, but I'm just telling you, it's the best. I don't know what, $60 a year or something. I can grocery plan in the parking lot if all else fails. And they've got menu plans for gluten-free, for paleo, for everything. And I mainly stick with the paleo, but I can search through all these other menus and add stuff. And I don't know about all the apps out there that are available, but I used to use one called Whisk, and now it's called something else. And I import the recipe into it and then cook it out of there instead of doing it online. The problem with that was it would take me back to the website, and on a tiny little phone screen, when you're trying to cook and it won't go into cook mode or print mode and you've got ads all over the place, it's totally annoying. So on the emails app, I just restarted with that after being up with it for a while. And now you can import recipes into there and it pulls in the instructions and everything. And so you can save it right in there. So I'm a much bigger fan of that now, and having that created. So all that to say, if planning menus and putting together food is a little stressful and overwhelming and you just don't know how to do the healthy food or how to make the plans and options, get emails. You can try. I think I when I restarted, I did a free week of that to make sure I still liked the app, and I still do. It's great. And I don't use the send your order to Walmart and have it shopped for you, but I think that's option in there too. So now that it's almost Thanksgiving, day before, you probably already have your groceries. I hope. I had to go get my turkeys yesterday, and Costco was ridiculously busy. We'll just say, I'm really glad I didn't decide to go today, because today's even crazier. So any future rest of my grocery shopping and menu planning shall wait until after the holiday. I don't think grocery stores are that busy on Black Friday. They don't usually have specials, because Black Friday shopping is not happening in my world unless it's online. So anyways, all these random thoughts and asides. Where were we? Mitochondria. Yeah. So there's all these good things. And oh yes, so the gummy bears, they burned up in the oxygen. Yeah, it was really crazy. That's stuck in my head for years now. I'll never forget that object lesson, which isn't to say that, you should eat lots of sugar because your body can, process it slower, but just that these steps are intricate and involve different things. And NAD is one of them. Oxygen is a huge one. And when you've got enough NAD, FAD, all these other things that come from B vitamins, mostly, you've got some magnesium in there doing some things, all these cofactors. But when you have the appropriate amount of oxygen going into the system, you can make, I think, 38 ATP, which is your fuel. That's the name of the gas that runs your body. And when there's not enough oxygen, you go into a fermentation mode and you make 2. And unfortunately, this kind of fermentation mode, which actually is a good thing, it's not an alcoholic fermentation. It creates this goo that gets stuck in your muscles. And that's what leads to the muscle soreness post-exercise, because you're in an oxygen deficit. And so there's buildup of this lactic acid that gets left over when there's not enough oxygen. So supporting oxygen can be really helpful. This is one reason why breathing is so important. I mean, and not just because obviously we have to breathe, but the oxygen that you're getting is actually energizing your tissues. And it's not just the oxygen. There's a lot of importance to the carbon dioxide that you're exhaling. And so sometimes you actually want to breathe slower, breathe less, because when your body doesn't have enough carbon dioxide, it throws off your chemistry balance and can make you anxious and less oxygenated. So, the old paper bag breathing trick does a lot of good for you. So even if you're not prone to panicking or hyperventilating, where this is useful, to increase your carbon dioxide levels in the bloodstream can be really helpful in actually oxygenating your tissues more, which sounds sort of backwards, but I'd have to pull out a biochemistry textbook, and nobody wants to do that, probably. If you do, cool, more power to you. I'm not going to go dig up mine, because that's a boring lecture. But these are some really handy hacks that you can use to help you stay calm, stay oxygenated, and really improve things without spending any money or doing anything. So you can benefit more from your exercise. And the carbon dioxide in your body gets turned into the form of, more or less baking soda. Excuse me. Sorry. I forget the name. There's a chemical name for that. But anyway, taking baking soda will also help switch things up. It lowers inflammation, and I use it for allergy treatment. So I'll have people take a teaspoonful of baking soda, put it in some water, and just chug it. Doesn't taste very nice. You can also put it in orange juice, and it carbonates the orange juice, which is pretty cool. Tastes a little better that way. Still maybe not so awesome, because baking soda is a little bit bitter. But you can treat a lot of things with that. Deep breathing, slower breathing. I think based on the research that's out there and things that I've read, you really want to be taking only about 8 breaths a minute. because that helps your body to stay in balance more. And deep breathing and slow breathing, they can lower your blood pressure, your heart rate, your overall levels of anxiety. And so doing some good deep breathing. Now, what's really cool is the company that I use for a lot of my supplements for detox, they came back out with their oxygen product. It's a liquid that you can put in water, and it helps with energy, it helps with brain fog, and it helps with this whole process because you're getting that high quality oxygen that's in there that we just sometimes can't always, get enough of, even when we're breathing well. And so this is a really nice chance to help clean up some of that stuff. It was unavailable thanks to some supply chain issues that started a few years back. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But now it's back, and this hydroxygen is amazing. I've had some for a while. In fact, I still have a bottle of their original formulation that's been hoarded in my cupboard, and I've used it to treat burns. I one time stepped on a hot coal that I didn't know was in my grass. And man, that really hurt. I kept putting some of that on there. And by the next day, there was no burn left on my foot. That oxygen really helps heal topically as well as internally. Just don't use it on an open wound. It'll help, but it'll sting. But yeah, so there's all of these really cool tricks and things we can do. Hey, Jen, how are you?
I'm in my pajamas.
Hey, that's all great. I love those. Those are awesome.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I had to call customer support.
No worries. No
Where's
worries.
Tanya at?
She's helping a customer with some stuff.
Oh, okay.
I've been giving a stream of consciousness health tip thing, so hopefully it's been helpful for some folks.
Well, and I got a call this morning. I didn't even know from my surgery because they took skin off.
Oh,
So pretty much got a reduction. And I get a call this morning, and they're like, "Your pathology came back," and my heart dropped because, like, after you've had cancer and then you get that call, and I was like, I didn't even know anything was sent off, and she's like pausing, and I'm like, hello. And she goes, everything came back good. And I'm like, okay, thank God. But like, it makes you have this anxiety after you had that diagnosis, and every little twinge, like, you try and not have your mind go there, trying not to get emotional. I don't know, I'm all emotional, but
that's okay.
Probably I got a call yesterday while I texted you guys, and a gal I know, and she's, after her cancer diagnosis, she and they were pretty healthy before, but you don't know what you don't know, and she's really cleaned up everything, including skincare, hair care, all of it.
Right.
And her cancer's back, and I'm just having a hard time with it. And so I'm going to go and meet with her next week. I mean, she has a good attitude. It's just the chemo she did the first round was torture. And she was a little tiny thing anyway. And so, so pray for her. Is all I can
do. I've got a situation like that with a friend of mine, and all the treatments are just not enough.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm watching that too. So it's tough. So I've been kind of giving a little riff on mitochondria, and it has a lot of connection to cancer.
Oh, it does so much. I know my mitochondria was totally damaged. I'm still repairing it. It'll take years. I mean, it's not like you can just start, doing this stuff and then, in 1 year I'm going to be all better. No, when one of the doctors explained to me, or maybe it was my naturopath, and she's like, when you've had like 20 or 30 years of damage, it's going to take a lot longer than a couple years. So yeah, I mean, I do. Right now, I can't do the sauna, and it's killing me because I do my.
You don't let you do the sauna?
Just because of my my incisions and stuff. But I know
that doesn't make
I'll be right back. I gotta go say bye.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's interesting. I'd not heard about that. I am so not up on surgical protocols as far as what they do and what they don't allow you to do. But I know supporting the mitochondria and lowering inflammation during recovery. In fact, that reminds me, I have a surgery protocol sheet that I've put together with a bunch of stuff I've modified from other docs over the years. And I have a friend I need to send that to who's going to be getting a knee replacement shortly. So I got to make a note to do that when I'm done here. But yeah, the mitochondria, man, it's it's huge. And yeah, but the good news is even little changes can start to make a difference. And one of the cool tools that I've been using is it's called a Nikki watch. I don't know, have you heard about these, Jen?
What is that?
This is a Nikki watch. It's a device. It looks like an Apple Watch or something, but it's not. So it's just, it's just a watch here, but I can scroll through and here's my mitochondria
really?
program. Yep. So then I'm just going to hit play and there it goes. It'll be on for 12 hours and it just has frequencies that go through your skin. Then you wear it all day.
Oh, and to help heal your mitochondria?
Yeah. And there's a ton of programs on here. There's I've got all these different frequencies for different combinations for different times of day. There's allergies, energy, GI support, immune and pathogen. I'm running mitochondria because that covers so many of the bases. And it's amazing. And I just found out that they're starting this new library deal where it's a subscription-based thing because I own all the frequencies that are on here and that'll stay. And the mitochondria, that was a Cellcore special that I bought at the convention.
Oh.
But it's available now anyway. But now they're going to have this library and they're going to have all the frequencies and new ones that they're added that you can just access all the time with your subscription plan.
How do you spell it? Like Nikki?
Nikki.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly I don't know if it's like Nikki Wellness or something. And they have a podcast that I get emails about that I haven't had time to listen to, but some of I saved some because some of the topics sound really cool. But the watch is like $299. It's not terribly expensive. Yeah. And when you buy a new one, you get a year's subscription to the thing. Okay. Like this launches December 1st. So I don't even have it yet. I've just been reading the emails going, this is great. That's really cool. Because they've got some other frequency packages and things that I haven't walked around to using yet. But I love the GI support. So I'm having kind of a nasty day. The anxiety around that. Sometimes I'll run GI support, and sometimes I'll just run it's stress and anxiety. And I've had a healthy dose of that, or an unhealthy dose of that, shall we say? And so I'll run that for however long, and you can just switch between frequencies all day long. There's one for travel, so that if you're driving a lot or if you've got a plane trip or something, you can run this and. The EMFs, it Bluetooths to your phone to run the app, but you can turn that off. So
that's what I was going to ask, because like with the Apple Watch, I haven't been wearing it a lot lately.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how much EMF, is it transmitting? And I don't know. And I got this Oura ring.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it for my birthday, and then I wanted to track my sleep. Because like, I just cannot sleep with a watch on for some reason.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
But then I'm like looking and I'm like, there's this light all the time on it. And I'm like, okay, what is that doing to your mind starts to go there on this.
Well, maybe it's a good frequency. The red light is a good frequency, and this is designed to do that. And so you have to watch. And then if you don't touch it, it's just a black screen.
Yeah.
It does have a sleep program, and I have a hard time sleeping with a watch on too. But I've done it before. My problem with it was I sleep with a grounding mat on my bed, and it's got this kind of leathery texture, and so every time my wrist bumps it, it turns the watch on. And so I was like, it's gonna probably drain the battery faster, not to mention the lights are bright. It has a nighttime setting, but I prefer
so I have a grounding sheet also, and then people are like, well, do you feel like it's helped? And I'm like, I don't really know.
Yeah, I well.
I can't either, but
I
I'm
know
like,
some people
it can't hurt. Is what I always think is it can't hurt. And we don't sleep with our cell phones like in our room anymore. We put them in our walk-in closet. But then because after surgery, of course, I couldn't sleep there for a bit, and I was like watching some videos, and people were talking about putting your phone on airplane mode when you're going to bed, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
So I still am putting it in the closet on airplane mode.
Yeah. I keep mine on because especially right now, my kids are not with me, so I keep my phone on and next to my bed, right by my head, of course. Because
that's understandable though, because your kids are little, and
yeah.
I mean, I should because mine are older, and I'm just waiting for a call one of these nights from the cops or something.
Oh gosh, I hope not. Yeah, I mean, I could put it on the other side, but I have some sleep tracks and some healing frequency music that I listen to at nighttime, or a meditation app with sleep music and sleep things, tons of that. And so I think most of it, like, it downloads, so I probably could still play it on airplane mode when the kids are back. But I use that most every night to just kind of help unwind, because I don't know about you, but you know, I lay down and my brain starts going.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you know what you need? My husband sleeps like a baby. He started taking Sermorelin because we used to have like the white noise machine and all that stuff. He's like asleep like that. And
you know, men
I just sit there and stare at him. I'm like, this is not fair. This is not
fair. Right? I know. So sometimes I'll put on the green noise because it overwrites the brain chatter.
Oh.
And so if my brain is just like totally off key and the music is just like irritating for some reason, I'll put on the green noise, which is great. Because who knew? I mean, doesn't it sound strange? There's green noise, there's brown noise, there's white noise. There's like, who names all these things? Like,
yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah, but I saw that on an ad one time, and I looked at it, and it's on my app. So I started using that periodically. And whether it really is or whether it's, wow, this is going to turn off my brain, either way, it helps. Sorry.
Melody, have you gotten one of those Nikki watches yet?
We were just talking about
Were you?
What is this thing?
Yeah, I bought it at Cellcore in May, and I've been using it. I was just telling about how it's got this mitochondria health program because I was riffing on.
Ooh, I don't have that one.
Yeah, it's the Cellcore frequency.
Yeah, you got that. It was specially made just for that event.
But did you see the emails from them?
No.
They're starting a frequency library as a subscription plan.
Oh.
And you know, current users will get access to it as a part of just owning the device. And when you buy a new one, you get a year's subscription to it. And so that's got all the frequencies, any new ones they come out with, anything that's already on your watches, you keep forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine was dead and I forgot about it, but my hormones have been driving me crazy. So I just got it out and put it on. And last night I slept so much better.
Nice.
I ran the female balance. Jen, I do have a affiliate link on my website for them under affiliates. And then I forgot. So I have a raffle going with a red light and a mask. And I've got one of these Nikki watches that I bought for a gift and never gave away. So I'm going to raffle it off too.
Oh, you are?
Where's the female balance? That is not one I have on my watch.
I'm looking at it right now.
And I only have the minimum.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
So when you buy it,
I bought the watch and it had the 4 Cellcore frequencies, and then I bought the basic package.
Yeah. Mine is in the basic, but I think they change them a lot.
I think they must have, because I don't have that one. I'm like, I could use that. I'm on that age where that's a thing.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't sleeping. I was having to admit I was having hot flashes. So then I started getting freaked out about having my memory foam mattress, you know, and it traps all your heat. And then I'm like, I'm in a toxic sauna for 8 hours a night sweating. So I just unpacked an organic mattress and an organic pillow. And I'm like, I'm spending a stupid amount of money. But I'm like, if I'm going to be sweating all night, I am not laying in a toxic mattress.
Yes. Yeah. maybe we should talk some bioidentical hormones too.
I know. I'm about there.
Research is showing. I mean,
I'm about
the
there.
FDA finally took the black box off of hormone supplement stuff, but if you're taking the kinds made from horse urine, I'd still leave a black box on that because, I mean,
horse urine?
That's what they make it from.
Well,
that's
it's still natural. That's more natural than a lot of other stuff.
That's true. I mean, if you think about it, I'm just like, what?
Yeah, no, it's the problem is those progestins and those estrogens, they're similar, but they are not the same biochemical makeup as what your body makes. And so that's where a lot of the dangerous side effects are coming from on this stuff. And
yeah, I was maybe going to start the standard process, female, whatever it is, but I just haven't. I'm like, I'm going to try these frequencies first, and you know, it definitely, the sweats come after I eat sugar too, so it's not all hormone.
Sure, I mean, but so many things affect your hormones, and
yes. But I'd like some more testosterone, I think.
Yes, that's a huge piece of it for women too. And I'm finding, you know, I've been listening to some different research and things. You know, osteoporosis happens after menopause. Dementias go up. So they're finding that taking all those women from the Women's Health Initiative and just cutting off their hormone supply after that, it did a lot of damage. And even so, my mom had surgery last year, just almost exactly a year ago now, it's just been, and she wanted to be on some hormones, and the doctor was like, no, we'd put you on them and put you right back off because you're over 60 and we're just not going to do it. She followed up, she's on the hormones through her naturopath, and she's like, I think they, you know, non-medical, she's like, I think they cause dementia. And now they're all on board with that because the research has finally come out and it's there. It's becoming more mainstream. And these bioidentical hormones are amazing. So it does a lot. The other thing that's really, and maybe we need to have another conversation about that because I've been, you know, studying some things and learning some things about it. And you know, the form there's just so much. But definitely helpful. And there's the earlier, the better nowadays. Instead of waiting until you're full on menopausal, start those hormones sooner.
I agree. I really do.
Use it with your season things too, to make sure that we're encouraging it to go down the right pathway and supporting the mitochondria, because mitochondria make your hormones. I didn't know that. I found that out a couple months ago and I was like, seriously? Another?
Well, and even that's why so many people get pregnant in that first few months of being on our CellCore protocol is because their mitochondria is better. You know,
or even
you help their immune system.
I've been seeing a lot of people that are starting to get pregnant on the GLP-1. I actually had a customer reach out. She was going to order and she's like, well, it says, you know, if you're planning on getting pregnant too. And she's like, we're not preventing it. And I'm like, well, you could still order. It's just if you did get pregnant, you would stop. They would recommend you to stop. I go, but it might help you get pregnant because I have seen that so many people that are in it just starting the microdose to, you know, help with that inflammation and just all that stuff. And then
it happened to my stepdaughter, boom, like that. And she was one that she just, even in her 20s, was never having a cycle, was just, you know, full of inflammation. We had done a genetics. She had started working on her inflammation. She'd done all 4 months of CellCore, done the parasite cleanse, and she started the GLP-1s. Like in 3 weeks, she was pregnant.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. I know, it's well, and so I had to stop my GLP-1 before my surgery, which is understandable. But I was like, you guys, going into surgery, I hadn't pooped for like 3 days. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So finally took something. I had a kind of a poop. Well, then the day after surgery, I was like, I'm taking my shot. Like they had told me to wait a week. I have been normal and I'm taking the pain pills. I'm only taking them at night, like 1 time a day. I'm trying to. It's just this left side for some reason is like really swollen and stuff and causing pain. But
do you have arnica at home?
Huh?
Do you have arnica at all in any form?
Oh, I think I do. I'll put that on there.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't put it on the incision, obviously.
Yeah.
But one of my favorites is Traumeal, and it comes as a cream. And I keep this on hand all the time because I have kids that are constantly injuring themselves.
Yeah.
But it comes in tablets also, which is great for after surgery or, you know, places that's hard to rub a cream on for injury.
I gotta look. I think I still have some from my
Yeah.
surgery.
And
Yes.
if you've got it in the pellets, just the plain arnica pellets, Traumeal is a combination. It's got a bunch of stuff, but that helps. When I had my wisdom teeth removed, you know how fun a surgery that is.
Yeah.
I was taking arnica. I was rubbing it on the outside of my face, and I took some tablets, and I only had to take the pain pills for like 2 days. I think I only could take a half because those things made me loopy.
Well,
But-
see, that's the thing. I'm like, people actually like the pain pills and feeling like it. I'm like, I hate it. I just, it was just really bad the first 2 days after surgery. Like my mother-in-law came over and I felt like this is how I felt.
yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
And that was your explant surgery, Jen?
Yeah, well, they took, because I had way too big of implants in, and so they took those out, took some more skin off, did a lot of tightening up, and put in a much smaller implant. My back has not been hurting, knock on wood. I don't know if it's, I mean, I'm only taking the pain pills once a day, and it's the lowest dose that I'm on. So we'll see. And I'm not being able to do a lot of my normal activities either. I'm not supposed to use my arms a whole bunch. So for like 6 weeks, but I think the left side is just swelling up a lot more because I'm missing a lymph node over there. So I did go in for a lymphatic massage. Seemed to help. She showed me exactly what to do. I'm going to look up more. Maybe I can go in my sauna. I just know they said like,
that would seem really odd not to be able to go in a sauna.
I don't know if it's from all the sweat. I don't know. So
well, you can go in your sauna and not sweat. I mean, that's totally fine. The infrared, even if you keep it mild, like I went in my sauna when I was pregnant. I just kept it at like 99 degrees.
Oh, okay. See, I usually have mine at 130.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, you can monitor your temperature. So I would use it because I'm like, I'm cold. My body temperature runs cold. And so I would just go in there to warm up and not heat myself up to crazy and sweating.
Yeah.
But you still get the benefits of the infrared frequencies.
True.
And then I read a study that's saying body heating, and obviously not, helpful with surgery. They're saying hot tubs can be even a better method of heating you up than an infrared sauna, which makes sense because moist heat penetrates deeper. So I was like, sweet, more hot tubbing. Yes, this is good. Not that I could, just got to make time to do all of that stuff.
I know. But we don't use our hot tub barely at all. And I'm like, we really need to. Because you have to put chemicals in it to balance out the water. We have we have hard well water, so it'll ruin everything. And I think I'm allergic to all those chemicals because I get in and I just itch and then I just sit there and think of all the chemicals going in my skin. So
but here's the thing. You can do it without them. We use enzymes in ours. We have this enzyme system. We have high mineral well water too. Our house water is filtered like up the yin yang, and I still distill my drinking water.
Yeah.
Or at least I will when I get it fixed, hopefully soon. But it helps. And then actually we took out so much mineral that we had to buy some little mineral sticks that go in there and help. But it's an enzyme based cleaner. I only use like a teaspoon of chlorine once in a while if the water gets a little bit funky, and then I just don't get in it for a while.
Can you text me what you use?
Yeah, I'll send you some pictures. I can't remember the name of the brand, but it's out there. It takes a little bit of time for the conversion, but when I was a kid, we had a hot tub and we used bromine instead of chlorine, but the smell is horrendous.
That's what we use, and
it's terrible, and it's damaging your thyroid. Those are the chlorine, the bromine, all of those things. Those are in the same category on the periodic table as iodine.
Oh, yep.
And so
I have never ever, because I'm allergic to shellfish, so I've not ever had things with a lot of iodine. We're finding out I actually don't have an iodine allergy because with one of my injections, they needed to use iodine. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I was just like testing the waters, and thankfully I didn't have anaphylactic shock or anything. So it's just the shellfish, but I don't use a lot of iodine. And then when I had my thyroid stuff, I started reading and I'm like, oh, iodine's actually not very good. So when you have thyroid stuff.
There's a lot of debate about iodine out there, but it's useful for breast health and fibroids. They actually, one of the docs that I've been to a conference on, a million years ago, he was talking about how they used iodine. They would paint it in the female organs, and it would get rid of fibrocystic breasts, and it helps reduce the endometrial what's the word, cysts, and not cysts, maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, all the lumps and bumps and things, they respond to that. And looking more at the research, I'm starting to try and see if this coordinates or corroborates with prostate health, because I'm starting to see more and more men, and once they get to a certain age, they start having swollen prostates. And I'm like, I wonder if there's some cross-pollination here, because it's not just a hormone piece. Like, it's not just, replace the testosterone, it fixes it. That goes down its own pathways of problems. So I'm looking at this and kind of trying to see if I can figure out some things that maybe that might help, because iodine's really essential. And actually, in case there's ever any kind of radioactive anything, I keep some on my shelf just in case.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't understand iodine. It's so weird that all these things people end up allergic to. I'm like, I don't understand how you can be allergic to iodine. It's not a protein. I'm not sure how that works. And I
don't think I ever was. Like, they just put it down, I think, because I had such a severe allergy to shellfish, like shrimp and lobster.
Sure.
I can eat crab. So I can eat scallops. Shrimp is still really bad. I test it out once in a while.
Yeah. Darn it. Anyways, they're so
good. Like, we were on our cruise for a honeymoon. So this was like 20 years ago. And my husband got this amazing dish, and the shrimp looks so good. I was like, those probably are so good. And like, the pharmacy's right next door. So I went and got some Benadryl, took them. I threw up. The whole entire night. He's like, was it worth it? I'm like, yes.
Oh, really? I'd be like, no.
It wasn't, but I wasn't going to admit that. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tolerate a lot of things, but nausea and vomiting are like, nope.
Yeah, I just have been so nauseous since my surgery.
Oh, really?
And I can't find my Zofran, so I've just been dealing with it. I've been doing like peppermint tea and stuff like that instead. So I don't know what happened to the Zofran. I was like, I know that they gave me Zofran, and
you know what? Go to the pharmacy and get yourself a refill.
Yeah,
I keep that stuff on my shelf nowadays. I mean, when I get kids that occasionally get nauseous from emotional stuff or whatever, and if the tummy bug starts going through the house, I'm like, Zofran, man.
Oh, yeah.
And I use all the other things, peppermint tea, ginger, but when they're super nauseated and nothing will stay down, it's amazing. So, that said, use what you got. But yeah, hopefully you can find that, because that's no fun.
Yeah. So I have no idea what happened to it. I still have the high-powered stuff from when I was in chemo, but I don't really like to use that. So
sure. Well, what if you could use, I don't know, can you cut them in half or anything like that?
Oh, I probably could. Yeah, I could try that. So
yeah, something, because that's no fun. And Thanksgiving's coming. You want to eat turkey, not feel nauseated.
I'm actually staying home. I get
it.
Yesterday we went out to eat for my birthday, and I was in so much pain last night. I don't know. I'd rather just be miserable at home. So I'm going to send everyone over to my sister-in-law's, and then they can bring me food home.
Yes.
So, absolutely. I just don't want to show up and then start not feeling good or something, and have to come home, and I'd rather have them just enjoy it. So yeah, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes last year we had 2 family members that had had surgery like the week and a half before. So we had steak and asparagus for Thanksgiving dinner. We didn't even do the thing. We're just like we had a foster baby who was preemie and cranky, and 2 people recovering from surgeries. So we're just like, we are not cooking Thanksgiving dinner this year. We just had, so it was a bit of a weird Thanksgiving day, but sometimes you just got to do something different because that's just life, and it's okay. And
exactly.
You cook turkey anytime.
Yeah. So,
matter of fact, I got an organic turkey at Costco for $3 a pound.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll have to. I bet they're all gone.
Yeah, because I was like finally going, well, it's getting kind of late. I got to thaw the thing. They were already thawed. It was lovely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't have to be like, I have to bake a rock. And actually, I'm going to sous vide my turkey. This is the best, most tender form. I don't know if you're with that. It doesn't make for the the beautiful presentation of the cooked turkey with the golden skin. I roasted a little bit afterwards to get that skin golden brown, but gosh, so tender, and you get so much flavor into it because it's like vacuum sealed, and then you're cooking it at the temperature you want it to be at in a bath.
So we always fry a turkey, but
nice.
Of course, what oil do they use? Either peanut oil or canola oil or whatever. So now I'm like, I don't even want to eat the turkey because one big thing that I've noticed a huge difference in my body is seed oils. So if I eat anything that has, like if I'm eating something and it's something new and I didn't look at the ingredients or something, my stomach starts hurting or I start feeling weird, it's seed oils every single time. And so I just don't, and I'm like, okay, if we fried it in like avocado oil, how much is that going to cost?
Well, at Costco, it's $25 for the big bottle, and that would probably take 2 or 3.
Exactly. So I'm like, is it worth it? No, I would rather.
No, get a sous vide. I'm telling you, it makes the best tasting, most tender meat. You can take the toughest roast, and literally we sous vide one for like 3 days. But there's no maintenance required. I do it in my Instant Pot. It has a sous vide setting, and it's got a lid on it. I started out with like a sous vide thermometer thing that just heats a pot, which is a lot harder to maintain. And the hard water killed it after about 6 months.
Oh,
so I missed it. What did you just say?
Oh, I like to sous vide my turkey.
What the heck is sous vide?
Well, it's French, and it means something that I forgot. But with water, I'm not quite sure. Sorry. You take your meat and you put your excuse me, your seasonings, your butter, whatever you're going to put on it, and you seal it in. If you've got a vacuum sealer, you can use that. I most of the time don't bother pulling mine out, so I just put it in a gallon sack or something. Put it in the water in the plastic bag. Okay, maybe there's better ways to do this than plastic, but we're doing low temperature here. Like, I think for the turkey, I'm going to have to go look it up again, but I think I keep the turkey at like the water at 170 or something, and you can cook it for 24 hours. So I'll probably start sous videing my turkey this afternoon. It'll go in the bags with the seasonings, and it makes your meat so tender. I mean, dry breast meat is not a thing anymore with sous videing. And then the skin comes out looking, kind of soggy and pathetic, but then you just stick it in your oven to kind of get that golden brown and crispy skin, or you can take the skin off and crisp it on its own if you like that, or take it off. I think the crispy skin's good, but
interesting. Jen, do you still have to get off at 10?
No. What did I have at 10?
Okay.
So I do this. It even makes steaks really good. You just like finish them to get pan marks on them or whatever. But then you're not frying them. There's no seed oils. You don't have to constantly monitor it. You don't have to wait for the little red button to pop out that always pops out too late. And it's really delicious. You just have to cut it up first, unless you buy, if you're putting it in an Instant Pot with, you know, size restrictions. But if you get a sous vide thing off of Amazon, you can put a whole turkey in a bag and sous vide it in a tub of water the size you want to. You just have to figure out how to, you know, keep the temperature a little bit more constant, cover it with some foil or something like that. But it's really a great cooking method and oil free, and the seasonings get in there really nice. Before I found that, I was dry brining my turkeys. I find that actually works even better. I've never bothered wet brining, but
I just, when it comes to turkey, I like to eat turkey, and like that whole blood type diet thing. I don't know if you guys have read into that, but like turkey is supposedly my best meat match. And I'll just take a frozen turkey, a smaller one that fits in my crock pot, and put it in there frozen and leave it for a day, and it falls off the carcass.
Nice.
So what blood type are you?
AB positive.
Okay, I think I'm O negative. And
that's the meat eater.
Yeah, and people thought I was crazy. I think I was like, have any of you heard about eating according to your blood type? And it totally makes sense. So like coffee was a huge no-no for me because of the mold in coffee. I have this foo-foo coffee that I'm not a big coffee drinker though, because I used to be a smoker years ago. And when I was a smoker, I drank coffee. And now when I drink coffee, it reminds me of that nasty taste of cigarettes in my mouth. So, and if I drink coffee, I have to put so much stuff into it to make it, like, it's just pointless.
So you like it?
I have found good creamer and stuff, and like stevia is okay, but like with anything, there's, you know, it's just better not to, if you're going to drink coffee, I feel like you should just drink it black and make sure it's the kind that doesn't.
I like butter and collagen. That's it.
So I used to do that, and I did look up again about the collagen, and because I was like, maybe I can start my collagen again. I'm not going to do it. It increases just stuff, which I mean, I don't have breast tissue. So then I went down that, but I researched a whole bunch last time we had our little call, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. So it's just kind of interesting. They're still doing studies, but there has been some links to breast cancer with collagen.
Interesting.
Which is weird. I don't know. But yeah, I keep wondering, going back to the hormones, since they removed the black label warning, because I was like, I truly don't feel like, yes, I have a hormone positive cancer. I had a hormone positive cancer, but I was not metabolizing my hormone correctly.
Right.
When my cancer naturopath looked at my Dutch test, she was like, oh, like looking at different things. So she started me on another supplement on top of the DIM and the calcium D-glucarate to get me to get rid of that excess estrogen. And I'm like sold on some of these tests because I mean, like one of my friends was like, my oncologist said those are pointless. I'm like, well, because she doesn't know how to read it.
Jen, you totally need to do FDN. Did you look into it?
Actually, I have it up right now. Yes,
you need to do FDN, doesn't she, Melody?
Probably. It sounds
diagnostic training.
Melody probably doesn't know. So I am going to I'm going to be like a wellness health coach, and I'm just kind of looking at different programs because I want to do the proper channels to get properly certified, because I'm not going to just be like, oh, I'm a health coach, but I don't have any. I mean, I know a lot, but I need to learn a lot, you know?
Yeah. I appreciate that, because there's a lot of people out there like, oh yeah, I can do this. It's like writing a parenting book when you've got toddlers.
And I mean, and I have my little group on Facebook, you know, and there's a lot of people on there that have had cancer and research a lot. And also I'll post something, they're like, hey, did you know this? And so we all work together. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? And now with the Ellie stuff, because I'm not just the type that, okay, here's your peptide, see you later, thanks for the order. I check in with them. If they're at a stall, I'm looking at their meals. I'm like, hey, let's do a little bit of a tweak here. I'm like, well, what exactly are your sources of protein? You know, and if they're like, oh, like I'm having burger, what kind of burger are you having? You know, because there's, you know, high quality and low quality and all this stuff. And so, I am looking more at the functional what is it? Functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner more than anything, because you can do the labs. I mean, because if it wasn't for all them labs that I have been having done and following with all of my different people involved in my care, even my oncologist called yesterday and I'm like, I didn't start the hormone blockers. Like I didn't, because I'm feeling so good. And I feel confident because I see my cancer naturopath now every 2 months. She did that Signatera test on me, so that should be coming back here pretty soon. I had the Dutch test. I'm doing all the things to metabolize my estrogen correctly. So,
well, and like you said, your cancer naturopath, she's an older lady. Does she want an intern? Like if you did this?
She's actually not really. No, that I'm not going to that one.
Oh, that was somebody else.
So she was here in Billings, and my cancer naturopath had sent me to her because I needed like lab work done, stuff like that. She's like, that way you can see someone in person, because they pulled the cancer naturopath program at the cancer center. So she can't see patients so it was on a grant, so we wouldn't have to pay when we saw her. And so I was like, okay, fine. So I went and saw another one here in town, which was fine for a little bit. But then basically on one of my tests, she told me to go home and eat sardines and take fish oil. That was like what I got. And so I got a hold of Heather. Well, Heather was the one that called me. So it was in July that was the last time that I saw her, was when she called and told me I needed the GLP-1 and stuff like that. But so anyway, I'm still seeing her. I'm just paying out of pocket and she's in Whitefish. So Dr. Pierce is a little bit younger, but I love her so much. She knows she's certified in cancer, in oncology naturopath.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different.
It is.
I think, they have more specialized knowledge. And I mean, I love her. I really do. Anything that comes up, like I'm going to start taking the Thymosin Alpha 1. She had sent me a couple different websites, and when I was on my way to Florida, my order wouldn't go through because it was it was a place out of the country, and things happen for a reason, because we're going to be getting that peptide.
Yes.
And so I'm just going to wait till we have it, because I trust, our with our pharmacy and the way everything is made. I don't know if you guys saw my post that I did yesterday, because I have too many people that have been coming that basically they were on a GLP-1 semaglutide, and it had a computer printed sticker on the vial, and then came with a little piece of paper, like how many units to inject. Didn't know the dosage. Like on the bottle, it didn't have the dosage, or they're mixing it at their house and then just selling it. It's usually like med spa places. This one was from a hairdresser. And yeah. So it's like, you guys, if you're going to be taking peptides, you have to know the quality and where they come from. I'm like, because ours are a little bit more expensive, but we don't have membership fees. We don't doctor's fees, we don't charge shipping. All that stuff is included in, but because some of these places are paying for or charging that, but just find out what pharmacy is where the peptides are coming from.
At least
I tell everyone, go, if it is cheaper somewhere else, just make sure you're checking what pharmacy is it and go research that pharmacy. So that's my whole soapbox on that.
Well, and then the licensing, like who's risking their license to do that? Like somebody is.
Yeah.
But I guess there is like non-prescription GLPs, like
really?
Like other peptide companies, and I don't know what's different about it, honestly. But yeah, like you said, why mess with it?
If I'm going to inject something into my body, I want to know it's good quality, because we're bypassing some major digestive and immune and liver processing doing that. So I want to know it's good stuff, not.
That was me too. I was like, no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm using a nasal spray. I'm not injecting it, but that's really close to your brain.
Exactly.
Quality.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like there's a company, Bio Longevity Labs, and I do think I would be willing to trust those. Like Melody, do you know Dr. Remka? She speaks at
Yeah, I
Cellcore,
remember. Yeah, I heard her at Cellcore in May.
and she promotes that company.
Okay.
So, not that you can always just go by what somebody else does, but she's pretty persnickety about stuff. So they're a over the counter one. They've got lots of different forms. I had used their gut health capsule right after you and I had talked, and I was having so much heartburn in my hiatal hernia. That gut health, and I just did a month of it. It's expensive as heck, but like all my bowel movements, everything changed. So like there too, all that we've done, if you can't heal that damn lining, what is the rest of it worth? Like we've got to do something about our gut lining.
Yeah. Well, and I was reminded this last week about the value of fiber. Now, I'm not saying go drink fiber drinks because gross. I'm not going to do that. But I don't know have you guys ever tried chia pudding?
Yeah, that's on my allergy list. Chia is.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Because
I love chia pudding.
That is the best remedy for constipation. And
or even just in the bottom of your juice, put chia seeds.
Sure. Well, the thing is, if you're going to take them, you really want them to activate in the liquid you put them in first. Otherwise,
so they're slimy.
You want that, and you don't want them. They'll do it in your gut and suck up all the water, which defeats the purpose. Of using them, and so. But there's all these recipes. I've been mixing mine with oat milk, and next time I might use some coconut milk or something, and vanilla and cinnamon or whatever. But man, it's great. You can just eat some. I just keep some in a jar in the fridge, and it's delicious. I don't mind eating it every day.
Agreed. Yeah.
So that'll help with a lot of things. It's not going to fix your gut lining, but if you're lowering your inflammation and your toxic burden, if your liver is going to do all that work to detox stuff, and then you're constipated and it's not going out, you get to reabsorb it and do it all over again.
Right?
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah. Not helpful.
Yeah. To say the least.
Not helpful at all. So, Melody, do you know that Jen's joining us on the summit?
No, that's great.
Yes. I'm super excited for her.
I am nervous, but I don't know. I'm going to start working on like a slide thing so that I can keep on track.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm super, super excited. I just have so many people that reach out about my story and all of that stuff. And
cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
And I
want to look at all the other speakers. So
and like Melody, I'm sure her talk will be a little bit more well-rounded about what she does. I think you're going to be the only one really focused on peptides.
Me.
Jen?
Oh, me?
Yeah, Jen. Yep.
Yeah, I'll focus some on peptides. I'll share my story. Yeah,
mine's focused more on autoimmune conditions, and so I'm really excited about this new peptide. I'm like, ooh, I got to read up on this one because it really speaks to my audience.
So it's huge. So the reason that I think I brought it up to her because Dr. Jason Pensek keeps mentioning it. I listen to all his podcasts.
Okay.
When we have him on, I just love it. And I had reached out to him. But I have to get all my full labs done every 2 months, and they wanted me to, and I understand he wants to use his own lab and all of that stuff. So then I asked my naturopath about it, and she's like, yeah, that would be a great one because of my Hashimoto's. It's great for cancer patients.
You got all the things.
Oh my gosh. I have went down that rabbit hole. I listen to a podcast about that peptide every single day. I'm sold on it. So
send me a link to a good one because
I will. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's really good. If you go down that rabbit hole, it's going to be great for your patients. Yeah, if you have a lot of patients that have autoimmune stuff,
that's what I do.
I haven't looked because I have a lot of friends that have MS, and I'm trying, and I have listened to podcasts that have said GLP-1 does help with MS, which makes sense because it brings down that inflammation. And I've sent a couple podcasts because I mean, one of my friends, the medication she's on is like over $1,000 a month.
Oh man.
And I'm like, and this is a new one. So it seems like, you know, they start one medication, then another. And I have another friend, she found out the medication she's on is like a chemo drug.
Oof.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and that's just, you know, literal poison in your body. I mean, that's why I'm so adamant about detoxing after you've gone through chemo, because that stuff just sits in your tissues and all of that. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that peptide. I'm hoping, I think it's going to be December, but don't quote me on that.
I think that's what I saw in the emails or the something.
Yeah.
I saw something about December, so that's what I am under the. You know.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'm just super excited because right now you can't find that one in the United States. Well, I think maybe at a place where you have to mix it yourself. I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
With sterility, I would just be like, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So, okay. Did we have anything else? We were just kind of gonna chat.
Yeah, I want to go back and listen to the conversation before I got here.
Well, you'll have to see if my stream of consciousness makes any sense, or if I just went down too many crazy rabbit trails.
Poor Melody was on by herself because I was on the phone with customer support.
That's all right. That's good practice. She's got a lot to say.
I just kind of, flew around. So hopefully shared some useful stuff. Did we mention that the microdose is on sale and you get NAD plus free with it? I don't know
if we did, but that is so huge. And I have so many of my friends that are perimenopause, menopause that have started it in the last 2 weeks, and they are feeling fabulous because they were like stuck, they exercise, they eat good, all this stuff, and the bloat. And I'm sold on it. So I think my sweet spot's always been the microdose. I did kind of test out the weight loss one, and I don't know. We'll see. I did get the one with the L-carnitine. I'm going to start that probably in 2 weeks, but I'm starting at the lowest dose, and I think I feel the best on the microdose. So I don't know.
That works. That you can still lose some weight, and you're normalizing physiology, and that's really the goal: is to normalize physiology so that your body can do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and getting down that inflammation. It's like night and day on how I feel. So, because I could feel it just in that week when I wasn't on it. I'm like, I kind of like feel, I can feel it in my hands all the time. That's where I usually feel it, is my fingers. I start retaining water. I always have retained water in my hands and feet and stuff. So.
Definitely check into the drainage activator that Cellcore has. I use it with patients. It gets the leg edema where you got the thumbprints. It's eliminating that. It is making some difference. I just started a patient on that who's got some major lymphedema going on. And sometimes I'll alternate that with Lymph Active and see which one works better for the patient. And I'm finding drainage activator because it's actually helping the capillaries and the blood cells not to leak. Because what happens when those are leaking, your cells are supposed to be like vacuum packed together. They're touching, they're communicating. And when you've got all that edema and fluid, it's turning them into little islands. So the hormones aren't getting through. The messengers, the peptides, all this stuff is getting lost in a lake between all these islands when they're supposed to be like this. And so that's what the drainage activator is doing, is it's suctioning that back together. It's helping get rid of swelling, and it's immune supportive. It does a lot of really good things.
And I can still do that because I'm still doing the jump start.
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally. It's an addition. It's an optional add-in. And for people with swelling issues, lymph issues, I absolutely use that. It's great.
I'm gonna go order that today because it'll probably help with this whole issue.
Yeah, and Cellcore's got their Black Friday sale going too, so you get 20% Cellcore cash towards the future purchase. So So you might
And if
stop
you
up now.
If you
Okay.
don't have drainage or the lymph active, have it in your closet. Like that one I use as needed. If I'm puffy, I haven't for a long time. The dose is 1 twice a day. I just take 4 of them and just take 4 of them out of the gate. You pee and pee and pee, and that water weight just comes off.
Nice.
Well, and lymph active is part of that 4-4-4 protocol too
Yep.
that we can talk about
Yep.
sometime.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So before we get off, commercial plugs. This will be on the replay here on Facebook. You girls can download it. It will go away in 30 days. It also will live on my YouTube, which is Awaken Wellness TV, and I will go in there and add links to find you girls, to find me. We want to plug the summit. So tickets are on sale now on my website under events. So Awaken Wellness LLC, go all the way over to the side to the events tab. That is going to be virtual, 5 nights in January. And then if you do the VIP, there's an in-person event on Sunday, January 11th. Are you coming for that, Melody?
I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it yet. We'll have to just see. It's a possibility.
I want to try to figure out maybe if I take in a pretty big TV screen that I can hook up to my laptop.
Mhm.
Maybe whoever can't make it for presenters, I can have you guys like there kind of like this
okay.
and put you at a table. And then if anybody wants to go over and talk like one-to-one during the mixer, somehow I should be able to bring you virtually into the mixer
cool.
as well.
Yeah, if I can make it live, I'd love to. We'll just have to, we'll have to see how things
Well, in
go.
this weather, it went to
Where,
shit
where
here.
are you located at?
I'm in Idaho, in Boise.
Okay, because we have a little plane that goes over there, and I take it quite often.
Yeah, I've been on.
So we're able to get to Billings. We could fly together. I mean, it's a 9-seater. It's fine.
I've been on those. I can't think of the name of it so many times. Yeah.
So that's what I do, because I mean it's so cheap, and when the roads get crappy, but the roads could be so crappy from where you live just to even get here.
Well, I've come in January back a number of times, and I always fly because I don't want to drive over all the mountain passes between here and there.
Yeah.
So
Right now between Fairview and Sydney, it's terrible.
I saw that, and I'm trying to look outside. It looks like,
and that was, I used to have my office in Fairview, and that 11-mile drive, man, sometimes that can get pretty hairy.
No kidding. So even in the comments here, girls, post your links.
Okay.
Dr. Melody, you can do your peptide link or to work with you, like to your website. You've got some awesome programs. Jen has got great peptides. Myself, I'm going to be launching in January. I'm really going to be relaunching my group program to start another cohort. So there's exciting things coming here.
Nice.
In person in January, I'm going to be launching like a VIP family pack that's going to be super low budget. That'll be kind of a monthly fee, and then you're just good. If the kids need energetic testing, or mom wants to come in for treatments, kids for ionic foot baths. So those are some exciting things. And did I tell you guys about my nonprofit idea that I'm launching?
I think yes, I did.
So that I'm like totally, I'm just all about figuring shit out as I go, right?
Yep.
So I'm thinking at least half, if not 70% of the ticket sales from the summit and tuck them away. And then in January, start to get to work. I want to do a Awaken Wellness nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And then from our summit, I'm hoping a podcast blooms. And the presenters, a twice a week podcast, I'm going to keep that as like a donation to fund this nonprofit. The nonprofit, what that's going to look like is like a scholarship program. So whatever other practitioners want to be involved, however that looks, I don't know yet. but it will be self-funded by like these summits, by
Mhm.
the podcast, things like that. So then not people who can't afford our services because they're stuck. What we do is expensive,
Yeah.
but if you have state insurance, antibiotics are free. You can't afford vitamin C, but antibiotics are free, right? So with that nonprofit, I want to have a scholarship, where people can apply and then we can grant them, we'll pay the provider, not the person. We're not going to give anybody cash. But like
Right.
if you've got somebody with arthritis who wants to work with you, and they can apply for a scholarship, and I can give you $1,000 for
Mhm.
them to spend to work with you. Like they're still going to have to pay something, which I think
Right.
everybody should. I think you should be invested in your own thing. But that's my goal, is to have this nonprofit thing in order. And I think I want to do it full on structured nonprofit. And then even like my office gal here, if I pay her a small salary to run the nonprofit, or however that looks like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just going to take the funds and set them aside and figure the rest of it out later.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
I'm super excited about that because, I mean, I know like you feel the same. We have that guilt. Well, we're healers and we want to help everybody, but what we do is high quality, it's high expense. We know that it's worth it, but I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really big deal. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this podcast blooming. So you guys just always be with a notepad, taking notes when these amazing thoughts come to your mind, and they'll all be topics going forward with this podcast. We're going to change the Mondack for the better. Like we're fueling this, and it's there. We just have to keep whatever those puffers, like we just have to keep puffing the fire to keep this momentum in the Mondack growing.
Ha! I was just doing that on my actual fireplace this morning to get it going.
Yes. What is that called when you have the air puffer?
The bellows.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, I was using it on my wood stove this morning.
Keep fueling the fire, ladies. You are amazing. I am so blessed to be quantumly entangled with you.
That's awesome. I know. Like I always think about people that I run by or just connect with, kind of like the nurse at the surgery center. I just connected with her so much. Well, her mom passed away, same cancer I had when she was 11. And we just like connected even before I heard that. And then I'm like, I need to get a picture of you before I leave. So,
yes, that's awesome.
It's just kind of crazy on, people that come into your life and you're like,
yes.
I don't know.
I go live later on this afternoon, and that's my subject is going to be blessings versus curses, and it's hard, even like we're working with people, if we're asking them to remove inflammatory foods, everybody's got that energy of she's taking it away from me, so just changing that mindset, changing the energy attached to these new and productive wellness behaviors. It's all here, right?
I always tell people, I'm like, you can always find something positive. Like when I got diagnosed with cancer, I was like, whatever news I get, I'm going to find a positive in it. And so, I mean, even like when they were like, you're going to have to do chemo and you're going to have to do this and that, I always found a positive. And because I used to be a negative person. Like
that is that road. And all of that sowing that you did, Jen, is about to bloom. Into something huge. You sowed those seeds way back then. You've been watering them, you've been gardening and fertilizing, and it's about to bloom into something indescribable, unexpected, something you would never be able to get your head around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get off, guys.
Yes, me too. So you guys, happy
Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. I know you guys get up every day counting your blessings. So it's amazing. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We'll see you next
Bye.
time.
All right.